Now the very first story we are looking at today is taken from Ghana Web, and it says, why Reverend Owusu Bempah has 10 live eagles in his house. Why Reverend Owusu Bempah has 10 live eagles in his house. And I read, now the founder and leader of Glorious Word Power Ministries International, Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah, has opened up about his unique fascination with animals, particularly eagles, revealing that he keeps several of the majestic birds in his house. Now, in a recent interview with broadcaster Dan Kwekuyaboa, shared online, Reverend Owusu Bempah disclosed that he owns 10 large eagles, which he houses in a specially constructed enclosure at his house. In fact, his new residence, in order to provide them with enough space to fly. Eagles are very hard to come by. In fact, they are rare. They live in the wild, so it is not common to find them in homes. But I have 10 huge eagles, he said. I love animals. I love parrots and doves, which I brought from the US. And some of my eagles are from Africa. I also keep peacocks. He explained that his deep admiration for the eagles stems from the bird's strength, power, and symbolism qualities. And these are qualities that he finds spiritually significant. However, his journey with the powerful birds has not been without its challenges. Reverend Owusu Bempah recalled a painful lesson he learned after the death of the first eagle he ever owned, due to a lack of communication and knowledge on how to properly care for it. Now, the first eagle I had was as big as a turkey, he recalled. We fed it meat in the morning, afternoon, and evening. But since it wasn't flying around, the food couldn't digest properly, and the bird died. Following the incident, he sought expert advice from a veterinarian and conducted further research online. He learned the eagles in the wild do not eat daily and require flight to aid digestion. My brother, my sister. It is very sad that we claim that we love animals, yet we maltreat them. The other day, Cheddar went out there to bring some tigers into this country. The wicked man that he is, he decided to declaw them. He decided to feed them with what he wanted. He locked them up in a cage, a prison. And he forced them to be domesticated. Animals that live in the wild. It is the same thing Owusu Bempah is doing. He has not one, not two, 10 eagles. And he claims that he loves the eagles. That is why he has decided to lock them up in a house, in a prison, and feed them with what he, Reverend Owusu Bempah, likes. This is absolute wickedness. And he agrees that the birds need flight in order to digest their food, and that the birds live in the wild, but he has decided to bring them home. My brother, my sister, if animals are taken out of their natural habitats and forced to live in places that are not natural to them, especially amongst humans, it is nothing but wickedness and punishment. It's like prison. When you take a man from his house, even though he's still on land, you move him into a prison. In fact, you deny the person his freedom. You have taken his freedom away from him. freedom to walk around, freedom to eat what he wants to eat, and freedom to even associate. If we all hate prisons, why do we think that animals love these prisons? My brother, my sister, if we all hate prisons, why are we imprisoning animals? Somebody should sit with Reverend Owusu Bempah and talk to him and let him understand that he's not doing himself any good, neither is he doing these majestic birds any good. Cheddar is a man who is so arrogant and doesn't want to learn. Reverend Owusu Bempah, I don't think it's like that. When we do speak to him and let him understand that the animals also have rights. You brought a bird. You didn't know anything about the bird. You locked it up, fed it with meat. Now you kill the bird. That is assassination. It's murder. Now that you have gone to learn about the birds, you still haven't learned that the birds are comfortable in the wild, so they can eat what they want. Several different berries that you cannot find as a human being. They eat all species of meat, all different kinds of meats and insects. You lock them up and feed them only on beef, maybe on chicken. Have they told you they want to eat beef? Have the eagles told you that they want to eat chicken? Please have respect for these animals. Let them live in the wild. They love to live in the wild. The other day I was talking about those tigers, and somebody said, our country is here suffering and you are here talking about tigers. My brother, my sister, and you are here talking about tigers. Who cares about tigers? You see the ignorance? You see how some Ghanaians can be so dunder-headed? He doesn't care about tigers. He thinks that the world is all about human beings. The way you love your life, that is the same way the animals love their lives. Did you create them? Why are you maltreating them? Cheddar has been so arrogant. That one too wanted to be president. Locked up those tigers, declawed them, deteeded them, and fed them with whatever he wanted to feed them with. My brother, my sister, look how we maltreat animals in the Zongos. When settler time comes, see how animals are transported. Before we even slaughter them, they've already been slaughtered in the spirit. So pathetic. And look, you'll be surprised that a lot of Ghanaians think that this thing I'm talking about doesn't matter. We should be talking about the food that we eat, the taxes. We should be talking about water that is not flowing in some taps and not about animals. Do you know the importance of animals in the wild? Do you know the importance of animals in the ecosystem? Some people are so egotistical, they only think it's all about humans. And apart from humans, nothing more is important. My brother, my sister, I'm going to conclude on this note because I have an interview that I have to have right now. John Benjamin, His Excellency, is ready and is going to be, talking to us from his base in the UK. Former ambassador of the United Kingdom to Ghana. My brother, my sister, he is standing by, and when technicians are ready, they would put him on, and then we would be speaking with him on the show. In the interim, can I just say, please respect animals. Listen, I just returned from America. And yesterday when I was driving around on the streets of Ghana, I was speaking to my producer, and I told him, listen, man, around the Achimota forest, I told him, let an antelope come out of this forest right now, miss its way, and jump onto the roots. The whole of Achimota will come out, fighting to catch this animal, not to protect it, but to cook it and eat it. We pay a lot of money to fly to the UK so that we can see bears, to America. We go to the Trafalgar Square and so many other such places around the world. So bears can hop on our shoulders. We take pictures with them. If these bears were in Ghana here, we'll slaughter all of them and eat them because our chicken are not even enough for us. My brother, my sister, why do you want to eat everything? Anything, everything Ghanaians want to eat. From worms all the way to grasshoppers, even tortoises, Ghanaians eat that. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You want to eat everything. Everything would go into this your mouth. That is why you don't live long. Maggots, people eat that. Akokono. My brother, my sister, it's terrible. Everything you want to eat, everything you would eat. Cockroaches, some Ghanaians eat that. What's wrong with you? Meanwhile, no Ghanaian eats mosquitoes. Why don't you rather eat the mosquitoes so that malaria would stop? No, you don't want that. My brother, my sister, on a more serious note, please watch your health and respect the animals. Respect the animals. And to Reverend Owusu Bempah, please free those animals. I remember there was a time this legendary comedian, KSM, I visited him in his house and he had so many bears in a cage. I felt so bad. So many bears in the cage. More than 200 bears. Different kinds of bears. I was telling myself, oh Lord, the young man that I was, this probably was about 20 years ago. You know what? When I met John Benjamin again, I beg your pardon, not John Benjamin, KSM again, you know what happened? I asked him, KSM, when I came to your house several years ago, you had bears there, but you've moved from that house. Do you still have those bears? He said, Blakk, I freed all of them. I didn't feel so good about them, so I decided to free them. I didn't feel good that they were locked up in cages like that. My brother, let your conscience prick you. A bird that is supposed to explore the whole sky. The eagle was made to soar, not to be locked up by prophets and men of God. No. Allow the animals to live. Allow them, my brother, my sister, to do what they enjoy doing. I leave it here.